Episode 26 Surfing is a Way of Life. Part 1. Last episode, I talked about a book called Success is a Way of Life. It feels like I'm always getting behind the mic and coming clean with something, being one hundy. Well, today, I'm coming clean again with you. I should tell you, I've always planned to write a book. I've started it, I haven't finished it. It's titled Surfing is a Way of Life. I outlined the book and got 3 chapters in until I shelved it. Unfinished project, and instead of a book format, instead of it sitting on my hard drive unfinished, instead of winning the whole match and getting the book done, I thought, Jonz, just win the first set. Art of start. Start to piecemeal it out in podcast format. So the next however many episodes it takes me will be a mini series that we'll call Surfing is a Way of Life. Why surfing? Because I grew up in the Rocky Mountains. I spent most of my life in the mountains. I wore the Life is a Mountain, not a Beach t-shirt. One day I took a job in Los Angeles and lived in Redondo Beach. I was about as green as it comes to surfing. Sure, I love the idea of walking around barefoot and flashing shaka at passerbys, jaywalking through the street, carrying my surfboard like a fearless waterman whose only care and worry was if maybe the waves wouldn't be big enough to barrel through and hang 10. I'd be at the stoplight in my car, in my button-up shirt and slacks, headed to work, crawling my way through the congested Pacific Coast Highway up to Marina del Rey. The surfers. Like ants in their bodysuits, they would weave through the bumper-to-bumper cars destined for the beach. Me? I didn't even know how to swim well, let alone take on the ocean. The light turned green, and I kept on to work. Someday, I'll be a surfer, because surfing is a way of life. Eventually, I turned someday into one day. A new friend, which we're still good friends today, floated the idea past me. He invited me to go out with him. Well, you see, I don't know how to surf. Oh, I'll teach you, bro. No problems. No problems? Okay, let me educate you. Okay, well, for starters, what if I get bit by a shark? Problem. And when are we going to go, right? We're both working, we're raising young families. Problem. What if I hit a reef? What if I don't have a board or a wetsuit? What if I get caught in a riptide? Problem. What if I chip my tooth on my board? Happened to my cousin. What if I can't find parking spot? It's LA. What if I drown? Problem. What if the board shoots up and it hits me on the head and I black out and drown? Problem. What if I wipe out and break my arm? What if I look like an idiot while everyone catches rides and I keep wiping out? What if the water's too cold? He said, Jonz, what if we just go and we just do it? And what if we have a great time? Then what? Okay, well, I suppose that could be a possibility too. Great. Meet me at my house at 5:45. A.M.? A.M. Welcome, Jonz. You're in the Dawn Patrol now, buddy. Dawn Patrol. I didn't even know what that meant, but it sounded like top tier cool factor scale. Dawn Patrol. Shaka, bro. I was excited. I was excited for everything, but the actual surfing part. So the next day I get to his house and we're loading up some surfboards in the back of his minivan, stuffing boards between the car seats, and I still remember he's eating a bowl of cereal. He turns up the radio. He's balancing the cereal bowl and the steering wheel on his knees while he looks for proper surf music. Meantime, I'm riding shotgun, pretending to be chill, but in my invisible world, I was playing the hit list of Who Wants to Go First with my long list of negative what-if problems. all of them competing for a slice of my soul's energy. I still remember he was so loosey-goosey. He runs a red light, inadvertently. Just early morning, eating his cereal, not taking life too serious. Apparently, not even taking red lights too serious. Must have been some good cereal, right? I still tease him about that. And that's how my surf education started. For the next 3 weeks, I showed up at 5:45 a.m. for the dawn patrol roll call. And then we'd just show up at the beach, and often we'd check the surf app, and he'd say, "Oh, sweet, sweet. Looks like some big ones today, buddy." I'd chuckle. Well, it was like a nervous cough chuckle. Yeah. Mm. All right, that's my intro. You with me?
I'm with you.
All right. Well, I'm going to start with my biggest surfing takeaway. I should have led up to this better. I should have brought the thunder, had some intro beat to it, something, a drum roll, brought the whole 250 strands of Christmas lights, grand total of 25,000 imported Italian twinkle lights. Drum roll, please. Drum roll, please. Joy to the world. All right. With no more gilding the lily, here's my biggest lesson, which I'll come back to repeatedly over this mini series, and you can just write this down and skip the whole surfing series. Surfing scared me so badly. I would wake up before my alarm went off, not with excitement. I was waking up with dread. Oh no, what if something went wrong out there on the water? Consequently, I knew I had to go, obviously, because surfing was experiential therapy for my soul. Why did it scare you so much, Jonz? It's just surfing. Oh, now you're the one with the questions. Okay. Well, it scared me so badly because nothing was in my control. Sure, I could paddle the board around, but the ocean tide, the currents, it overpowers any human. You can paddle as hard as you want, like the Hulk. But if you are in the wrong position, what's called inside the line, you will curl up into the wave like a quick order burrito maker rolling up your Chipotle order. You can paddle your heart out, and it won't make any difference except making you dangerously fatigued. Especially true on the ever shifting sandy bottom breaks in West LA. Each wave's different, break's different, a bit different spots. Some waves that we call rollers, they look like they're going to be great rides, but they never break, they never curl, they just roll on in. Nothing here is in my control, and I'm powerless to Mother Ocean. Looking back, I've realized there's one thing a surfer is in control of. The only thing. A surfer is in control of their observance. See, once you're in the wrong spot, you are in that spot. Like, I remember I got too far inside the line, and the wave was coming, and there was no way I could turn and grab it fast enough. So I decided I would paddle my arms furiously and try to ride up over the face of the breaking wave and head further out. I cupped my hands and dug in the water, but it was irrelevant. It was comically insignificant. Instead of cresting over the top of the wave, it picked me up like loose seaweed. I remember looking up and seeing the sky, and then my board rolling on top of me, and the crashing wave tumbling me around, pile driving me into the ocean bottom, which any surfer knows, a sandy bottom break might as well be concrete. My head smashed into the ocean floor, and the runaway wave yanked my board, which was still leashed to my ankle, and it tugged me relentlessly up the shore, dragging and tumbling me from bottom to top. I held my breath as long as I could and shot up from the break, jumping from the ocean bottom. I had just enough time to breathe before the rest of the waves in the set all toppled over me, finishing me off one by one. And sometimes the waves wouldn't come. I couldn't even get a wave to wipe out on if I tried. The only thing in my control was my observance. Observance is Sort of a funny word, but I'm going to use it repeatedly during this mini series to relate what we observe. What are we aware of? Let's use it as a synonym to mindfulness, okay? What makes a great surfer, Jones? Huh. Well, the best surfer is not how well they kick turn, or if they can pull an aerial, not how well they paddle, or if they have a 6 foot board or a 7 foot board, a shorty or a long board. The best are master observers. They have such respect for Mother Ocean. They know and respect just how little they control once they are in the water. You can't control the riptide. You can't paddle against it. You'll lose every time. Mother Mother Ocean always holds the ace. The house always wins. You can't paddle out of a wave when you're too far inside. There's nothing you can do. Have you ever watched surfing? Not clips, but live surfing. After a few weeks of wiping out with my buddy, calling myself a surfer, a regular dawn patroller, I started watching live professional surf tournaments on the internet during my lunch break. Oh, it's so boring to watch. I'd rather watch televised baseball than surfing. Our young families would come watch us occasionally at the beach, but that was boring for them too. It just looks like the surfers are sitting around on the board. They paddle a bit here and paddle a bit there. They try to get into the right position. Occasionally there is an awesome bit of action when you actually catch a ride that lasts, 5, 20 seconds. Then the surfer has to paddle all the way back out, rest, observe, read the waves, and hope there's some good sets forming out in the horizon. Everything a great surfer does is based off observance, pure organic mindfulness, no added sugars. When you surf, you are solely and constantly observing. Paddle in, paddles out. How do I exit this wave? Was that a shark fin? How sore are my shoulders? Am I too far inside? See the previous burrito analogy. Pure, organic, in the momentness. Surfers are definitely not thinking about if they are too fat, too skinny, too bald, too hairy, too poor, too greedy, if they have enough to pay the mortgage, or which charity they're going to donate to because they have so much money, if the spouse is cheating on them, if they're going to cheat, if they're going to get into the university, how will they do on the test, growing their business. It's none of that's there. It's just pure, organic mindfulness with no added sugars. See, surfing is a way of life. The power of now, right, Eckert? Don't worry about tomorrow, right, Jesus? Ah, memento mori. Good surfers dialed into volume 10. They're reading the currents, reading the riptides, observing the fins poking out of the water, straight for shark, curved for friendly dolphins, observing if the wave is breaking left or right, observing if the wave will be a roller, a barrel, observing if the tide is going out, if it's moving too high or moving to a low tide, observing what they call the line, where you drop in and catch the wave. It's always changing. Paddle out more, paddle back in. Lesson number 1. The only thing in your control is your observance. Everything out of your control, and you're gonna want to write this down. It's good. I just came up with it. Everything out of your control is out of your control. You couldn't see it, but I just dropped my mic. Boom goes the dynamite. After your observance, you go and you do the best you can, and that's always enough. Because the best you can do is the best that you can do. So my mom, when she was 9, her mom died from cancer. Out of her control. Her dad had a hard time with it. And my mom had to grow up in foster care. My brother passed away 6 years ago, suddenly. It was out of my control. My friend lost both her youngish parents to cancer. out of her control. COVID came and shut down your restaurant, out of your control. You just got laid off, out of your control. Your kid just got a D in math. Your college professor accused you of cheating on a group project where the other kid cheated, not you, but still threatens to flunk you. Huh. Your coach didn't play you many minutes. You went to the doctor and now have a new lump to figure out. Your job review went good, but no raise. Retirement looked good, but the market just hashed your 401k and now you can't retire. You hired someone for a big project and lost money. Or you invested in context logic stock and it just went down 40%. We could do this all day. And trust me, I have. Actually, I don't like getting braggy, but I'm quite proficient. I've done it for years. But Epictetus, the Greek Stoic philosopher, maybe this is one you want to write down. He says, "There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will." Thanks, Epictetus. One more time. Great Stoic message here. There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will. It's easy to speak, but harder to walk. And isn't that what all this invisible world stuff is about anyway? Happiness, peace, contentment. Look, if the problem that you have is in your control, you don't need to worry about it because you can find the solution. No need to fret. But if the problem is out of your control, well, don't worry about that either because there's probably nothing you can do about it anyway. What was lesson number 1? The only thing you can control is your observance. After that, we make the best decisions we can with what we know at that moment. And sometimes it works out. It's a great ride. You catch the wave, and sometimes it's just a roller, and you paddle back out. Try again. We are not the circumstances that happen in our lives. We are the storytellers who narrate the circumstances in our lives. It's a good one, Jonz. Good one. I like that. What makes you angry? Observe it. Don't judge it. Just observe the wave coming by. Sit on your board. It will pass. Every time I've been to the ocean, every single time, the wave always passes, no matter what. What makes you excited? Can you see it? See the wave come by. That wave will pass too. When it comes to the psychology of your ego, of yourself, there's the deep you, and then there's your ego, two separate. Like when you do something you regret, oh man, I'm so frustrated with myself. There's the I and there's the myself. But we are not the ego. We're not the anger, the fear, the excitement, the love, the pride, the preoccupation with self-image and consumption. See, you are not the good wave. I mean, not the bad wave either. Not the scary or exciting wave. You are the surfer, the master observer, watching the wave. Some break, some roll, some are ridden, some are just watched. And everything, the tide, the temp, the sun, the clouds, the wind, the riptides, the other surfers, the sharks, the friendly dolphins, the fish, the scraps of seaweed that startle your ankle. What was that? Something just touched my ankle. It's all around you. Be not overly concerned, like it says in the good book. Be the master observer. Accept just how little is in your control, and then go for it the best you can. It's not about where you caught the wave and crushed it, or if you wiped out and rolled up on the beach, rolled up on the whitewash like a beached well. Maybe you caught the wave. Maybe not. It's just about being one with the ocean, being out there, being one with everything, being okay that you actually can't control very much. It's about observing first, and then you try your best and leave the waves up to the surfing gods as you surf the rest. Well, my invisible friends, We only made it one surf lesson today. A quick surf sesh, brah. Shaka. So, today, just try this, Jonz. Just go out and sit on your board. It could be a real surfboard, it could be a yoga pillow, it could be a hike, could be a bike saddle, a shower head. Breathe in, breathe out. Just observe. Reading the water. The answers are in the water. Observe the paralyzing what if negative double overhead breaker waves. Also observe the hope, the strength, the love, the dreams, the boredom, the danger, the relaxation. Just observe today. After all, now is the only time we're alive. There is something here that I observe. The world needs who you were meant to be. So paddle out and believe it. Be it. Go after it and do it. Surf's up.